You're looking good.
Close.
Is it 5 o'clock somewhere?
Wow.
A voice from the.
All of those noises means that it's 5 o'clock, so we'll go ahead and get started. Welcome. We are at our commission meeting for August 3rd, 2022. We do have Commissioner Hadfield on the line, and you can still hear us. You're good?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yep, we're good. So we'll go ahead and begin. We'll have our invocation given by Commissioner Summers, and then I don't see Sheriff Potter. Cade, would you mind leading us in the pledge? Thanks, sir.
Our dear Heavenly Father, we come before thee today as a commission. We appreciate thy hand in all the things that we do. We thank thee for the moisture that we have received, and we ask a blessing upon those that didn't have the moisture, that you would see fit, that the moisture would come to their counties also. Please bless those people that have cause to mourn at this time, and for those people that are sick and afflicted. Please bless our armed force service members serving here and abroad. And bless this nation that we might be able to start to heal. Bless us that we might be able to do more with less and continue to look after the people and our constituents. Please, again, help those people that are helping us be safe, and with the fire restrictions and everything in place, that we might not have a horrible fire season either this year. Please help us to go home in safety, and we ask these favors and blessings in the name of my son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
Please stand and say the Pledge of Allegiance with me.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay, did you gentlemen have a chance to look over our minutes from July 20th?
Yeah, Marla sent me a sneak peek, and just to check and make sure I read my minutes. She sent them to me without an attachment. Huh. I'd make a motion, we approve commission meetings from 07/20/2022.
Second.
Have a motion by Commissioner Summers, a second by Commissioner Hadfield. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Very good. Let's see, any former agenda items?
Yeah, we're
Just
going
a
to talk
review.
about the
Yeah.
Yeah.
The, what do you call it? The
shooting range.
shooting range, Wildlife Federation.
Yeah, Box Elder County Wildlife Federation shooting range. They have two sites here in Box Elder County that they take care of. And it's been a while since we've had an agreement. So we're going to approve the agreement.
And I can give you an update. Essentially, just to get you up to speed, basically what happened is the agreement expired. We went to renew it. Because it's a gun range, we ran it by USIP to see how much coverage they recommended. They recommended $3 million. The current agreement says $1 million. And they've gotten back with us and says they can't get $3 million. So what we need is just a decision from the commission as to how you want us to proceed. Do you want to go with the $1 million? Do you want to do the $1 million this year, $3 million next? So that's where we're at.
In the email, I'm trying to remember from Annie if they were able to secure $2 million.
They were.
Did they get a
$2 million,
size 2?
Yeah,
But they said they couldn't get 3.
right.
Okay, that could be.
Yeah, my preference would be, we've got 5 months left, renew it with their $2 million coverage, and then tell them on January 1st they have to have the 3. I just don't see a reason that they couldn't get the 3.
Well, if it gives them a
with
year.
with an umbrella policy. I mean, it's
Well-
generally not that difficult, especially for what they're doing. So,
Where it's a nonprofit, like I said, I'm concerned about just what the money, I mean, you can get the coverage anywhere, it's just the money to be able to buy it, so I'm not sure what their finances are, so, but they do a lot of stuff for our departments and every other departments between the two ranges, so.
yeah, and what little I've seen and talked to folks, the additional $1 million for the umbrella really shouldn't be astronomical.
Okay,
So,
maybe you should give them some direction there, Commish.
be
so-
happy to. So-
Hatfield?
I agree with that. I think it's good. Let them do the $2 million until the end of the year, and then have them renew and give
Well,
them $3 million.
I don't think the renewal is till the end of the year, right, see?
Well, the renewal Basically, what happens is it's expired. So
Oh.
it's not a year-to-year thing.
Oh, okay.
I think it's like a 5-year, and it expired, and now they're just getting around to renewing it. Expired quite some
Well, I
time
think
ago.
we're talking two different things. The lease has just been
Oh,
month
yeah.
to month. It's expired,
But I'm talking
but
about
their
the insurance
insurance.
policy isn't
Oh,
due until the end of the
insurance,
year. So
But
that's what I'm
even,
saying.
I mean, even if it's an annual agreement, you can change those anytime, just like adding a
Yes.
vehicle or
Right.
changing a house.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, I'm just talking about the liability insurance.
Yeah.
okay.
So, just so I understand, you're talking about 2 million till the end of this year?
Well,
2022,
Yeah, till December 31st,
yeah.
and then it
and
gives
then
them,
to 3?
Yeah, I mean, I think 5 months is pretty adequate. Personally.
you're gonna kick it down the road till you're not here, aren't you?
I'm going to hear that a lot over the next 5 months.
Or the next 5 months, that's gonna come out quite a bit.
No, I think the renewal would be
The 5-year.
5 years, but
just
they've got 5 months to get their liability up to where it
Insurance.
needs to be, yeah.
Is that a motion, Commissioner Had?
Yeah, I'll make that motion that we approve that, the 2 million till the end of the year, and then they need to have 3 million in place.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Commissioner Hadfield, a second by Commissioner Summers. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, very
Aye.
good.
Sorry, I was on mute.
All right. Any other former agenda items or things we need to work on?
Not work on, but we were gonna bring up tax notices coming out. Do you wanna?
So, if you received a tax notice, you probably noticed that the assessed value on your property went up. And it not only went up, it went up substantially. So what happens is the assessors are obligated by law to review that on an annual basis. And if it's not within, I believe, 5% of the market value or where it needs to be, then by state statute, the state can come in and they can take away the assessing ability from the county, and they can do it themselves, which quite frankly, none of us want. And so the assessors look at those each year, and then they physically inspect those at least once every 5 years. So what happens is the assessed value goes up, the certified tax rate goes down, so that you're still paying the approximate amount that you did the prior year, because state statute does not allow a taxing entity, with one
Windfall.
exception,
Yeah, except for
to
one exception.
receive new growth, or to receive growth simply by the assessed value going higher. The only way they can do that is going through what's called truth in taxation, and they raise the certified tax rate from where it would normally be. We haven't done that. If a taxing entity does that, they have to send out a notice accompanying it, and that is what happens with taxes. So if your taxes do go up, it's typically a function of a taxing entity raising the certified tax rate above where it would normally be set.
Or the school district just
Yeah,
gets it. So if you look, when we first became commissioners, our tax rate was like 1.87. And now it's 1.33. So,
because the assessed values have went up, so the certified tax rate automatically goes down. So,
the only time we've ever done anything with taxes is when we found out that Brigham City and Tremont were actually getting doubly charged for services. So,
there was an audit that was done by the state, and they found out that some counties were taking transfers from the general fund and just pushing it into the municipal services fund with no corresponding backup on it. Why they were doing that and what services were attributed to unincorporated versus incorporated. So we had a feasibility study that was done by Lewis, Young, Robinson, Birmingham, and they came up with 3 scenarios: a high, a mid, and a low. We chose the low, and it took care of the problem. It pushed the municipal services fund to where they were covering the services that they were receiving, and the general fund was back where it should be.
and Brigham City and Tremont residents weren't being taxed double. So
Yeah.
that's
There
the
was a
only-
very slight increase at that time because it was left the same instead of a corresponding decrease, but that's been it from the county for the last
10 years.
10 years. So, but yeah, we get questions about that because we collect the taxes and then we distribute them to all the different entities in the county.
Yeah,
So-
pretty good adjectives this weekend on the phone and in emails and stuff about the rotten sons of, you know what, from Box Elder collecting all this money and what do they do with it? And I just said, it's interesting to think that, you know, you're in your 50s, 60s, and 70s and don't know where your taxes go. And school district takes almost 2/3 of the taxes in this arena.
It can be a little confusing, the way that the tax laws are written out, and I don't think I fully understood it before getting into office, but after 8 years, it's starting to make a little more sense.
Yeah,
So,
hopefully I
anyway.
forget everything I've learned when we get done, so.
So, okay, good catch. Okay, we're grateful for the rain, no fires that we know of, emergency management issues. So we will move to our first item on the agenda. Mr. Pierce, come on up.
We should have had you lead us in the pledge. What were you thinking?
I wasn't.
Good afternoon, Councilman. My name is John Pierce. I'm here representing the One Nucor team. I'm pleased to announce that Nucor still as a whole is going to sponsor Utah Honor Flight again on October 4th and 5th of this year. And so we, as a One Nucor team, we do fundraisers to help offset some of the costs of this flight and take a maximum amount of veterans that we can take. We will be taking 75 veterans on this flight, and the majority of our veterans are coming from Box Elder County. We focus on that. That's what Nucor does. We want to take our local vets. So on September 17th, we are going to have a fundraiser at the Box Elder County Fairgrounds. We're going to have a cornhole tournament, which the Eagles here in Brigham are going to help us put that on because they've done a few of them. And we are going to have food trucks and things come to help us with that. And I'm here to ask the commission to waive some of the fees that are affiliated with our fundraiser. Anything that you guys can help us out with so that we can maximize the dollar amount that goes to our veterans.
You want the big building? Is that what you're looking for?
I think we've already got that set up. I'm not quite sure. I think the building's set up, but
That's what I was just gonna ask.
I was understanding that there was a fee for the food trucks, possibly,
Not
to
through
show
us.
up. There is no fees, so, okay, so yeah, we want the big building, and we would like any of the fees that we could have waived for that.
The only thing we've ever asked is if for some reason you have to have somebody there. That's the only thing we've ever asked is.
Just to cover personnel costs.
Just to cover personnel costs, but we won't charge you for the fees.
Okay, and I think Jan has agreed
Yeah.
to our committee to do that again. She's been very good to work with us, so.
And if not, let me know and I'll do it and you won't have to charge anybody, so.
Okay, well, I want to
And
thank you.
we're already on the schedule with Jan, and that's,
I think
it's
so.
open?
Yeah, we're already on the schedule.
Very good.
Okay,
All right.
text me and let me
No,
know.
that's a great program.
Matter of fact, send us an email so we can get it on. I mean, he only does pickleball, but
No,
I don't know if I can,
you haven't seen me play cornhole?
that sounds like a challenge.
Wow. Okay.
Commissioner's cornhole. That's kinda-
I'm in.
Okay, well, I'd like to thank you guys for this opportunity, and again, I would like to thank the commissioners for your support over the years for this program, so thank you very much.
Maybe I'll get to
Thank
this
you.
one. Think?
Yeah.
I'll sign up.
Okay.
Okay.
Appreciate your work.
Thank you.
Okay, I believe that we would need a motion for that.
I'll make a motion that we help the honor flight through Nucor, Box Elder County by waiving the fees at the fairgrounds.
Second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Summers, a second by Commissioner Hadfield. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay, very good. Laura?
Yes, we do.
Yes.
Even if you didn't bring cookies, we still like you to come.
I know. I'm Laura Selman, and I just came to say thank you. You guys have been amazing to work with, and I appreciate it. And I don't know if any of you got to Big River, but it was good, and it was well done. And I saw it several times, and it didn't get any better, it didn't get any worse, it was just good. So appreciated Mr. Crocker coming out and spending that time with us, and had an opportunity to visit with him, and it was good. So I appreciate what was done by the county for us to be able to do that. Thank you.
No, we appreciate
That was
everything you
great
do.
It was
production.
good. And I'm here to say, are you ready to go to work?
Oh, yeah.
We really appreciate your help at the fair.
3
And
weeks, right?
we need you on Saturday, and if
Okay.
you can cut meat Friday afternoon, we'll start at 2. And appreciate it so much, because it's all of us working together that makes that work. And I have to say how much I appreciate our officers out there. Let me tell you, they just do a marvelous job.
Yep, we're lucky.
They've been around and and they help us. There's a time or two they've ended up carrying a few things in for us because we didn't have enough arms.
They usually do what we ask, and
And,
sometimes when
well-
we don't ask them.
You don't even have to ask. They see a need and they just go to work and do it, and I so appreciate that. But I have to say how much I've appreciated working with you guys. You are amazing, and I
Thank you.
thank you for that.
2 o'clock on the 26th.
2 o'clock on the 26th.
It's on the
and
schedule.
10, quarter to 11, 10:30, quarter to
How many
11,
people did we feed last year?
about 1,500.
This is for the livestock auction during, so ASI, since you're so close to Box Elder County, tell your guys to come over and spend some money and support us.
Spend some money, come and
get-
have a
Get some good
sandwich.
lamb.
And just a quick reminder, what was the total amount from the livestock auction last year after boosts and everything?
I can't remember.
Almost 1.8
It was
million.
it was
Yeah.
over $1 million.
1.8.
But I just have to kind of
Substantial.
smile, because, you know, we don't have one meat that's better than another meat.
No,
We promote
everything.
pork, beef, and lamb. And I did get asked if we'd cook goat, and I told them no. And
You
the
tell them
reason-
to bring the people, and
I told them to go put up a booth and let people taste it.
And
And
then-
if people got to like it, we'd cook goat. But I says I can't do it because I don't know how.
Yep.
So, but I do thank you for all you do and for what you've done.
Oh,
you
it's a pleasure.
Thank you for
It's,
working with us,
I'm
because
not going to be doing garbages this year. Last year was enough, 15 hours a day doing garbages. at
I'm
the fair
sorry,
was
you may
good.
get garbage, but I don't guarantee
I'll do
it.
your garbage, but I'm not doing the whole fair's garbage this year. We hired a veterans group out of Logan, J-Dogs, to come do garbage. So
Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear that.
since we don't have any inmates anymore, I guess we got too many good people. So that's a good thing, good problem to have.
Well, I'll help you with garbage, but.
Tell Fred
anyway,
hi for us and
I'll do it.
everybody else.
Thank you again. for
Thank
your
you.
help.
Thanks for the cookies. Do
Appreciate
Thank
all
you.
your work. Thank you.
Thank you.
you want to do ASI first since they're, instead of the state broadband, since they're sitting here? Let's just skip one.
where are we at? I don't even see that on here.
It's the next one.
Oh, there we go.
State broadband.
Yeah. Let's do
ASI,
it.
Yeah.
Come on up, guys. If you'll just state your name for the record and
Yeah, my name is Doug Taylor. I represent ASI, and I oversee and lead their logistics division. We've submitted a proposal to enter an agreement with Box Elder County for the use of the 10-acre lot just due east of the fairgrounds for testing purposes for ASI.
okay.
You got any questions?
No, I think it's cool. I think it's great. So obviously, this is going to be something that's a little bit, that's what I'm looking for, a narrower corridor. It's not some, because I know that you've done some testing up
the roads.
east of Fielding, and so that's, a longer track, and so this will probably be a little bit lower speed.
Yeah, this
Narrow radius?
is autonomous yard shifting truck, so we don't
Oh, okay.
exceed a speed of 15 miles per hour. We use the lot to simulate distribution center environments. It's all done virtually in our systems, so we'll simulate different parking arrangements for trailers, tractor trailers, and dock doors and those kinds of things, and then let it run its course and path within those things that we simulate in that area. It just takes a very broad space to be able to do that.
These guys are so close to Box Elder County, I really think we should do what they did with 2.5 and just go draw a little thing around them and annex them.
I know a handful of people in the Cache County Council wouldn't be too happy about that, but
That's okay.
yeah, it's just over the hill. We've driven right past your place. It's a great location, so.
I think it's an awesome idea, what they're doing, because we can't find people to work. So autonomous is the future.
Yeah,
I
a lot of
mean,
interest right now.
What's
Yeah.
your timeframe? When would this take place?
We'll start setting up the area after the county fair.
Okay. I was going to say it might be a little bit busy the 24th through the 27th.
Plus, there's a
After
lot
that-
of water out there, huh, Darren?
Yeah, after that it should.
Most
Quiet
likely
down a
after
little bit.
Labor Day, so.
We're gonna do a fishing derby here, I think, before. Turn bunch of trout out there in the
Although-
parking lot.
During the fair, you'd have lots of hazards that you can navigate around.
Yeah,
So if you want to get with
Don't need
Darren
light hazards.
McFarland, that's our county road guy right there. I mean, I don't know if you're going to bring in, the cement abutments and do like we had spoken with. That would be great. He'd be able to be a good source to be able to do that.
Yeah, we'll work up the plan and let you
Okay.
know what we're bringing in. Most likely, there'll be some concrete barricades that we'll set on the gravel lot that we'll use, and some other things that we'll pull in.
These are the guys that are working
Right.
with a mining company out of Australia, right? Was that?
Yeah, our mining division, yeah.
Yeah, that could have South Africa, that want to come and do a bunch of testing out
Oh, that's right.
by Promontory. So hopefully that turns into something cool too.
We're hopeful as well.
We are blessed from that standpoint. There's several locations here in the county where you can run an autonomous vehicle and you don't have to worry about running into anything else. So we're blessed. But no, that sounds great. I think it's a great program. So any other questions?
No. What? Oh, what did we charge last time? Remember? Nothing?
Which is when we closed the road on the field.
I think when we closed the road, I think we're just going to make them come to the fair and spend some money,
Pick up trash.
pick up trash. We'll have to check with these guys
Yeah,
what we've done before.
I think it would be a factor, quite frankly, more of personnel than anything
Yeah.
else, because if there's nothing going on, it's really not affecting.
Yeah, it'll be ASI personnel.
So,
And,
okay.
and I think the only thing we're really looking for is a secure space to store the truck.
And I talked to the
Overnight.
bookmobile people, so they might have to take the bookmobiles home at night and let these guys park, or we might be able to park in the auction barn
Oh,
there.
that's true.
But that's secured, so
And then we might discuss snow removal as well.
Okay.
that's Darren
So,
to discuss it. And then we just have to charge an hourly rate to be able to do all that stuff too.
Okay.
So that's great.
Yeah, once we have some more concrete plans, we can work out the other details on the financials. So,
Okay. I'd make a
Sounds good.
motion, we approve the ASI contract pending contract negotiations.
just the financials.
And
I'll second that.
Okay.
Okay, we have a motion by Commissioner Summers, a second by Commissioner Hadfield. All in favor?
Aye. Thanks,
All
guys.
right.
Okay,
thank you.
Thanks,
Appreciate
guys.
ya. Thanks.
all right. State broadband contract. Do you have some initial information on that, Commish?
The fact that they finally got it to us after 3.5 months, but it looks like it's got a bunch of holes in it,
This was the
the
grant.
5.8 million.
Okay. So we need to have Steve's office review that, help us fill in the holes, make sure that everything's up to speed where it should be.
And Brian
And then
Cartwright
we
can
we
help
should be
you.
good to go.
Yep,
Okay.
Now, my understanding is there's a bunch of stuff that needs to be completed in it.
that's what we just said, yeah.
So it's basically completing that to the parameters that they gave us in the grant
So you'd
and
like
then the
us- You'd
acceptance.
like us to complete it and then bring it back?
Yeah.
I think it's probably a function of Brian as well. Brian should
Yeah,
have the
Brian
data.
Carver should have the data between him and Cameron if you need any more. We just
Yeah.
need to make sure we get it signed soon. Like I said, it's been 3.5 months since it was approved, but
Well, I think they just barely forwarded
they
this to us.
just barely forwarded it to
within the
us
last-
10 days ago.
5 to 10 days. Well, it was right after our last meeting.
Yeah.
So, okay. If basically all it is the acceptance of the grant that we've already received and work has already started.
Well, work hasn't started yet. This is CBDG stuff that we're doing right
Oh,
now.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, I don't have a problem with moving forward. If it's just accepting the grant that we've already been offered and given, we just have to make sure that the parameters are in there and that
and we got
Steve
about,
feels comfortable with everything that's in it, or Annie.
and the matching funds come through
Yeah,
the other spot, so with Cameron and Beehive, so.
okay.
So can we approve this pending Steve's review, or?
We usually do.
We can, but there's nothing to review yet.
Well, there's a contract.
Well, there is,
You
but
just
none of
have
the parameters are in it.
I haven't seen, oh, you're talking about the broadband.
Yeah.
There is a contract, but
Yeah.
We just have
Yeah.
to get the numbers, all of the fine details put in there with Brian, so.
Yeah, you can do that, Hatfield.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we approve the broadband contract 22-25 pending Attorney Hatfield's office review.
Second.
Have a motion by Commissioner Hadfield, a second by Commissioner Summers. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Yeah, we'll just need to make sure that Brian gets involved so we've got the accurate numbers in there.
He said
Because they just sent up a template, so, okay. All right. Mr. Lyons,
Oh, geez, I didn't even see him here. You weren't in your normal spot.
he's probably up working until the last second when he knew he had to come in here.
Yes.
Thanks.
All right. First item is a proposed rezone from the RR20 zone, rural residential, 20,000 square foot, so half acreish, to the CG zone, which is our general commercial zone. This went to the Planning Commission at their July meeting, and the applicant wasn't there. So the Planning Commission had a few questions for the applicant. Being that he couldn't answer them, they kind of had to go off of what they, you know, their feelings or ideas. So what you're looking at here, the parcel outlined in red, so it spans, it's 39 acres. I guess to give you a reference, you can see where the Brigham City Airport is. This is across the interstate west of the airport. You've got that STS truck wash, if you're familiar with that. So this would be west of the airport, across the interstate, and then just north of that STS truck wash. So the STS truck wash, it was annexed into Brigham City because it needed the infrastructure, water, and things like that. Adjacent to that, the blue that you're seeing, that is zoned CG, so that's already general commercial. So this landowner to the north is looking at zoning his general commercial. When he submitted his application, he just requested that the whole parcel be zoned general commercial. You can see that 39 acres of that parcel is west of 2400 West, and 55 acres of it is east of 2400 West. So the Planning Commission wasn't comfortable with zoning the full, what would that be, 90 plus acres to general commercial, especially the 39 acres on the west side of 2400 West. So their discussion revolved kind of around, do they zone the 55 acres general commercial? The applicant, in speaking with staff on the phone prior to the meeting, had mentioned that he'll probably only use 2-ish acres for what he's planning on doing. But the Planning Commission has to take into account kind of any use that could take place within that zone and different things like that. So where he wasn't there to kind of talk it over, what the Planning Commission did was recommend approval of those 2 acres that you see in blue there, kind of the southwest corner of that one side. Now, the applicant was supposed to be here tonight, but I'm not seeing him. So I think at this point, it's either up to you guys to, if you want to move forward with the Planning Commission's recommendation, or if you want to table it, and we can reach out to him again and say, please come if you have, because his preference is to, when we spoke with him after the Planning Commission meeting, was to zone the 55 acres on the east side of 2400 West.
My preference would probably be to have him here in person, because if we were to change the zoning on that for the 2 acres and it doesn't fit with what he wants, or if he wanted the 9 or the entire 55, we'd probably be doing him a disservice just to do the small 2 acre, and then he'd have to come back, fill out a new application,
Pay the fees
and go
again.
for the rest of it.
Correct.
And
I agree.
so, I mean, it would be nice to have him here and just say, hey, is this going to work for you?
Yeah.
So,
With that said, I guess you'd table the item, we'll talk to him and say, get here, or nothing's gonna happen, I guess.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised because normally at the planning commission, they're there so that they can walk it through and answer any
And
questions.
I think he was out of
Get
town at
here.
that meeting, and that's why he said he was
Okay.
going to be to this meeting, because he couldn't make that one. But-
Gotcha. All right. Yeah, like I said, I think it would be bad form to change that and have it not work and then have to start the entire process over again.
Yeah.
I'd make a motion, we table it.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Commissioner Summers, a second by Commissioner Hadfield to table this. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Thanks for your work on it.
And then if he says that there's a problem, just say if we would have passed it and he would have had to pay the application fee again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So if that comes up.
okay. Cool. And then our next one is another rezone.
Yeah, ordinance 565. So this is a rezone from the unzoned to MGEX, which is our mining, quarry, sand, and gravel operation zone. This is located, if you're familiar with the county's gravel pit in Bothwell or east of Bothwell, on that east side of I-84. This property is the next property north of that, so right adjacent to the county's pit. It's a approximately 640 acre parcel that they're requesting be rezoned to the mining and excavation zone. It went to the planning commission at their July meeting. Public hearing was held. There was no opposition, and the planning commission forwarded a recommendation of approval.
It's a good location. There's not much there currently.
Yeah, I mean, there's direct freeway access. There aren't any residences. The trucks would have to pass if they actually do their dust mitigation, then Bothwell shouldn't really see any detrimental effects.
It'll go right onto the frontage road and right to the freeway,
So,
so.
Okay.
and I know one of our planning commissioners that's somewhat familiar with the area said he felt like it would potentially benefit the watershed as well. So,
Steve?
Jared.
Oh. Okay. All right. Any other questions?
No, I'm good with it.
Okay.
I make a motion, oh, go ahead, Hatfield.
No, that's fine.
Make a motion that we approve the ordinance 565 rezone from unzoned to the MGEX.
Second.
Have a motion by Commissioner Summers, a second by Commissioner Hadfield. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you. Hey, Scott, you came in after the cookies. Get over here.
Yeah, take some of your boys.
Oh, thank you. That was a good idea, huh? Wasn't it a good idea? I'll make a motion, we go into a closed session to talk about litigation, or was it on property? Which one? What would you say?
The one I'm aware of is real property.
Real property?
Not sure if you're referring to something different.
I don't think so.
Second that.
Okay, I have a motion by Commissioner Summers, a second by Commissioner Hadfield. All in favor?
Do we need to sign that one
Aye.
register
Aye.
first? I'm not gonna say aye, we gotta sign that.